Hello friends, subscribe my channel to get latest video update and tap the like button. Dear students, you can revise important medicinal chemistry synthesis in very short time. In this video, I have compiled synthesis of some important drugs which are mentioned in PCI syllabus of medicinal chemistry for B Pharmacy 6th semester students and PharmD 3rd year students. And I hope this video will help you to revise important synthesis of medicinal chemistry. Let's start with synthesis of chloroquine, which is an anti-malarial drug. The synthesis of chloroquine is divided into two steps, step 1 and step 2. In step 1, the reactants are ethylene oxide and diethylamine. In first step, you can see the formation of 4-amino 1-diethylaminopentane will takes place. While in second step, the 4-amino 1-diethylaminopentane and 4,7-dichloroquinoline will fuse together to form chloroquine. Synthesis of Parmaquine. It is also an anti-malarial drug. For the synthesis of Parmaquine, we need 6-methoxyquinoline, 8-ylamine and 4-chloropentyl diethylamine. When these two compounds fuse together, the Parmaquine will form as a product. So here you can see the synthesis of Parmaquine. It is a 8-aminoquinoline derivative. Next synthesis is para-aminosalicylic acid. Generally, this synthesis can be performed in two ways. Here you can see first method and second method. In first method, we can synthesize para-aminosalicylic acid from salicylic acid. By reacting salicylic acid with HNO3, the nitration process will take place and it will form para-nitrosalicylic acid. On reduction of para-nitrosalicylic acid, the para-aminosalicylic acid will form. So this is first method. In second method, directly para-aminophenol can be converted into para-aminosalicylic acid with the help of carbon dioxide and potassium carbonate. This para-aminosalicylic acid is anti-tubercular drug. It is used for the treatment of tuberculosis. Synthesis of ciprofloxacin. For synthesis of ciprofloxacin, we need 3-chloro-4-fluoro-phenylamine and 2-ethoxymethylene malonic acid diethyl ester. When they will fuse together, the nitrogen will form a bond with this carbon with double bond and it will liberate the OC2H5. So here one of the hydrogen from NH2 group and OC2H5 they will form ethanol molecule and NH will form a bond with this carbon double bond. In next step, the cyclization process will takes place. Here you can see the structure. After cyclization, the alkylation process will takes place. This is the continuation of previous reaction. Here you can see the structure react with base and after that it react with piperazine to form ciprofloxacin. You can see the reaction. Ciprofloxacin is an antibacterial drug and it is a fluoroquinolone derivative. This is the synthesis of nitrofurantoin. For the synthesis of nitrofurantoin, the substrate are 5-nitrofurfural and 1-aminohydantoin. When they will fuse together in the presence of base, sodium hydroxide, the removal of one water molecule will take place and the formation of nitrofurantoin will occur. Nitrofurantoin is an antibacterial drug. Next synthesis is acyclovir. Guanine and chloromethoxymethyl benzoate, they will fuse together, and after that in hydrolysis and reduction reaction the acyclovir will form. This acyclovir is an antiviral drug. Synthesis of miconazole. For this synthesis, 2,4-dichlorophenecyl bromide and imidazole, they will fuse together, and this reaction will proceed with the help of 1-bromoethyl 2,4-dichlorobenzene. Miconazole is an antifungal drug. You can see the synthesis. Synthesis of tolnafetate. For the synthesis of tolnafetate, we need 2-naphthol and thiophosphigene. 2-naphthol and thiophosphigene, they will fuse together to form orthonaphthalene 2-yl carbonochloridothioate. In the presence of N-methyl 3-toluidine, tolnafetate is formed. This tolnafetate is a strong antifungal drug. Synthesis of metronidazole. For the synthesis of metronidazole, ethane 1,2-diamine in the presence of methyl cyanide and zinc catalyst will convert into 2-methyl-1-H imidazole. With nitration and chloroethanol, it is converted into metronidazole. Metronidazole is an antiprotozoal drug. You can see the synthesis of metronidazole. Next synthesis is diethyl carbamazine. For the synthesis of diethyl carbamazine, we need diethyl carbamoyl chloride. When it reacts with 1-methylpiperazine, acylation process will take place and the final product is diethyl carbamazine. It is a one-step reaction and we can easily memorize this reaction. Diethyl carbamazine is antihelminthic drug, and you can see this reaction. Synthesis of mebendazole is generally divided into 3 steps. Here you can see first step and second step. In first step, the synthesis of methyl S-methyl thiourea carboxylate will take place, and this is the first indicated by first number or one number, that is methyl S-methyl thiourea carboxylate. So here you can see this is the first step. In second step, the synthesis of 3,4-diaminobenzaphenone. Here you can see the second step in which the second reactant is marked as 2. Here the first reactant marked as 1 and this is 2. When we will fuse this 1 and 2, we will get mebendazole. This is the continuation of synthesis of mebendazole. Here you can see when we will combine one and second substrate. Here you can see first, and this is our second substrate. In the presence of base, the cyclization reaction will occur and the mebendazole will form. Mebendazole is an antihelminthic drug. Next synthesis is sulfacetamide. Sulfacetamide synthesis is divided into 2 parts. So this is the part first in which synthesis of sulfonamide will take place. Generally it starts with benzene and this is the synthesis of sulfonamide. So here you can see by nitration, reduction reaction with acetic anhydride, chlorosulfonic acid, amination and hydration. In the presence of acid, the sulfonamide synthesis will take place and this substrate will mark as 1. So this is the first part. This is the continuation of sulfacetamide synthesis. Step 2 is the main step. Here sulfonamide react with acetic anhydride and in the presence of base the sulfacetamide is formed. In examination you can directly write this reaction. If you won't be able to memorize the step 1 then you can write this step 2 also. This sulfacetamide is a strong antimicrobial drug and this is the sulfonamide derivative. Next synthesis is sulfamethoxazole. For sulfamethoxazole, the initial reactant is aniline. In the presence of acetic anhydride, it is converted into acetanilide. Again, it reacts with chlorosulfonic acid and 5-methyl isoxazole 3-amine, and by acidification, the synthesis of sulfamethoxazole will occur. Here you can see the sulfamethoxazole. Sulfamethoxazole is a sulfonamide drug and it is an antimicrobial drug. Synthesis of trimethoprene. For the synthesis of trimethoprene, 3,4,5 trimethoxybenzaldehyde will use as a substrate. When it reacts with melanonitrile and guanidine, it is converted into trimethoprene. Trimethoprene is an antimicrobial drug and you can see it is only two-step reaction which can be easily memorized. Next synthesis is dapsone. For synthesis of dapsone, the para-chloronitrobenzene is the substrate. When two molecules of para-chloronitrobenzene they will fused in the presence of sodium sulfide, then base 4-nitrophenyl sulfide will form. In the presence of chromic acid, the oxidation reaction will take place and the sulfur group will obtain two oxygen molecule and it will convert into SO2. After that, the reduction reaction will takes place and all the nitro groups which are present on the benzene ring will convert into NH2 amine group. So here the dapsone will form. Dapsone is anti-leprotic drug. I hope this video will help you in the revision of examination. It can easily give you an idea how to quickly revise all the important reaction in your syllabus. If any query or doubt is there, you can ask on my YouTube channel.